It's 4th of July and it's the perfect time for some summer baking, right? No, but it's been a while since I've had a food craft, and the one I've been given today, the nearly impossible American flag cake. Okay, my first thought on this guy is red food dye just tastes nasty. So is this cake gonna taste good? I guess it doesn't really matter. It's all about the looks. Whatever happened to just the sheet cake that you can just spread a little Cool Whip over and decorate it with berries? American flag cakes are very popular for this time of year. And I mean, it is nice to have a little centerpiece on your table, but I'm really there for the barbecue. I don't love baking, as you know, but I'm a little less intimidated when it comes out of a box. This recipe uses 3 boxed cake mixes. So obviously our colors are gonna be red, white, and blue. Cake mix is cheap too, so this is cheaper than buying a fancy cake. Is all this gonna fit? I'm not even reading the directions. I think 4th of July is probably like the next biggest food craft holiday other than Christmas. So we're trying to make the whitest cake. So we're only using the egg whites. I'm living on the edge by not cracking them first in a separate bowl. At least you only have to use 3 colors. I've lost track of how many eggs I'm using. Let me show y'all something. This recipe has 15 steps. That's why I don't like baking. Okay, don't show that I just touched my hair. All right, a cup of oil. I really don't think this is all gonna fit in here, so y'all can already go ahead and start making fun of me. This recipe also calls for clear vanilla extract. Is that a thing? All right, let's hope for the best. It all stayed in there. I'm feeling already a little bit accomplished. This is where the crafty part comes in. Half the batter into a separate bowl, and then we're gonna take half of what's left to make a blue layer. Okay, so we are going to make our red. And it calls for 2 tablespoons of red food coloring. I know this is not even a tablespoon, so I'm just gonna put the whole thing in. I do believe there's a little truth to the food dye makes you act weird. Didn't really ever affect my girls, but I can tell a difference when Michael has some blue food dye. He's just a little bit crazy, although he's a little bit crazy to begin with. But I love him. Oh yeah. Going in with a second bottle of red food dye. But we can't have pink stripes, that's for sure. I'm going to hope that this gets a little more intense red when it bakes, because it's not there yet, but I'm just afraid to add any more. Well, just maybe like 2 more drops. People go all out on 4th of July now. They do like golf cart parades and bike parades, and at least where I'm from, you have to have some water nearby because it is HOT on the 4th of July. I can't help but lick my fingers. I'm gonna be crazy after this. All right, the blue is just gonna be a small square of the cake, so it's okay if this is a little more intense because you're not gonna get that much of it. From sea to shining sea. All right, red, white, and blue. I can't stand it. It's just not red enough, but I promise that's the last. Y'all, I can't stand it. This is like a drug. Okay, I'm gonna put it away. But let me tell you, that's at least 2 tablespoons. All right, going into the pans. Let's talk about the fact that you need 4 8-inch round cake pans. Who has that? I don't. I'm already stressing because this is the easy part, but then you have to like stack them and layer them and configure things. I don't have any confidence. Parchment. A little more spray going in with the blue. So to the blue layer, I'm supposed to add white chocolate chips. I forgot. I guess those are gonna be the stars. Look, I'm not going back. I've already got it in the pan. I'm just gonna stir in a little bit of what I told y'all. I can even screw up a box cake mix. I just have a problem with reading directions, even though I tell my kids to read all the directions first. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, blue layer is done. I'm gonna say you need a lot of spatulas for this. Time to bake. I hope I can bake these all at one time, because that's what I'm doing. Timer's going off. Time to check the cakes. See, the white one is done. Ooh, no, blue is not ready. Red is not done either, so we've got a few more minutes. I am happy to report that the red did darken and brighten. Starting to feel like the Star Spangled Banner. I'm still a big fan of sparklers. That's still, to me, really the only nostalgic thing that I like to bring for my kids on the 4th of July. Oh, speaking of sparklers, I had those at my wedding because, you know, I wanted the picture with all the sparklers. So I went to the firework place and I got the ones that didn't smoke. Yeah, I have proof in my pictures that they were the smokiest kind of sparklers you could get. We're walking out and my husband's like a lot taller than me and his face was just in a cloud of smoke. And you're supposed to get those pretty pictures, you know, happy we just got married. And it's like, my husband's like, that smoke was caused by when the groomsman, I love you, Ted, thought he would get a bunch of sparklers at one time and he was gonna light them and then pass them out to people. It doesn't work like that. When you light a bunch at one time, they just kind of blow up everywhere. So then he goes to kind of throw it out and it lights a girl's dress on fire. Hey Val, my mom was so upset that that happened that she was inside crying. Wasn't even able to come out and like tell me goodbye. She was so upset that like her daughter's wedding was ruined. But it wasn't, y'all, it wasn't. Just memories. Nonetheless, I still love them for the 4th of July. All right, this is step 5. The putting together of this is steps 6 through 15. Hashtag, I hate baking. This is gonna require a lot of thinking, so I'm sorry if I can't talk while I read. Maybe you can play a little Lee Greenwood while I figure this out. It's just like too stressful. But I need a 4-inch stencil. So I'm gonna create one, a 4-inch circle. This is not gonna be 4 inches. I thought if it was 4 inches, 2 inches from the center, and then it would be 4 inches across. Whatever, yeah, just bring me whatever you think will work. Blue is done, you're all done. This is 4 inches. So I'm gonna make me a 4-inch circle. At this point, you can truly call this cake a food craft. It involves scissors and cardboard. Another good thing about this cake is that it uses store-bought fluffy white icing. I guess you could make your own, but why? I mean, really under 20 bucks for this cake. It's cheap, but your time is way more valuable. I don't know if this is as cost-effective as I thought it was. So now we have to let the cakes cool. This is where kids, you know, don't have very much patience. So I was gonna say this is a good craft to do on a rainy summer day. I don't know, you better have some other things planned in between the cooling times. The cakes have cooled. I got my All-American 4th of July cocktail, a little sweet tea vodka. We're starting steps 7 through 15 now. This is where you have to be precise, and that's just not my middle name. We're gonna trim off the top. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this one even. Thought I was doing so good. Little uneven, it's okay. My stripes are not going to be perfect. I know y'all are surprised. Oh man. Okay, so we cut the red layers in half and now we cut the white layer in half. I'm gonna get this one right. I swear, I haven't even had but a sip. Woo! Oh, I forgot to trim off the top of this one. This is the best part. Wait, let me follow directions because I cannot screw this up. Place the 4-inch on top of one thin red layer. Y'all, it says you can use these scraps for decorating the cake. Really? They just didn't want to feel bad for saying you're gonna waste it. Or you can make cake balls. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing with the white. What a shame. This is gonna be where the stars go. Overcooked at the bottom of it. I think all the chocolate chips sank to the bottom. That is some blue cake. All right, I think now we're ready to assemble. Place one 8-inch thin red layer on the cake pan and frost the top generously. This recipe calls for 10 cups of fluffy white frosting. I feel like this could be too much. Place the thin 8-inch white layer on top of the red one. I almost need readers. Frost the top of this. Place the remaining 8-inch thin red cake on top of the white one and frost that. It's gonna be much bigger than the picture. And this is where it gets tricky. Place the blue ring on top of the second red layer and carefully frost the inside of the blue ring cake. What does that mean? Huh?
You moved your layers. She crumbled up.
Oh! Now it makes sense. Oh, y'all, it's all starting to make sense now. You're welcome for doing it first. I don't even know what to say right now. Frost the inside of the blue cake ring. They're calling this a ring? Was I supposed to put this on the outside? Yes, I was. Y'all, you definitely need to watch the video that comes with the recipe, which is probably what I should have done. I knew it was too good to be true. I'm over it. We're gonna go along the outside with the blue. Because I didn't read the directions, it's all in pieces. Does it really matter at this point? We might get one good slice out. All right, and you guessed it, a little more frosting on the top. And then the red layer. I need a breather, and this needs to chill for a minute. I'm gonna go put it in the fridge and clean up this mess. I'll be back. Okay, I've calmed my nerves down a little bit. And now we're gonna do the final frosting. Let me show you the picture to remind you what I'm supposed to be making. It'll be just the same. Just getting it on there. Calm down. Guess they were right. 10 cups of frosting. So who am I to judge a baking recipe? It is definitely lopsided. This top layer is falling off. I need to stop while I'm ahead, if I'm actually ahead. The directions say that I could take those crumbs and make a flag on the top, but I have a backup plan. Red, white, and blue sprinkles. Little sprinkles. Now you remove this and it looks like it was all clean and fancy. Final reminder of what it's supposed to look like and what is actually about to come out of here. Reminder, real life. Although I might have nailed it. All right, y'all get ready. If tomorrow all the things were gone. Looks just like the picture. Don't even lie. Hold on, hold on. Okay, this piece just going to lay down. It is what it is. Let's look at the inside of the cake. Not quite like the picture, but you get the idea. How'd I do? Well, the cake might have won this time, y'all. I really helped you people out, I think, because you would not have known what to do if I had not screwed up for you, so you're welcome. In the meantime, I'm gonna leave this here and go enjoy some barbecue. Happy 4th of July.